GTS, officer training. Who we doing? Gunner, Ranger, Technicals. I don't think a sharpshooter would work out okay. I guess maybe Grenadier if you can get the thing where shooting a grenade on your first action doesn't end your turn anymore. I guess Gunner though? Griffin God? Who's like almost guaranteed actually a chrysalid? Suppose we could go for that. The technical, I'll use them too much. They're definitely... Oh god.
Is this thing on?
Yeah, it's on, Pedro. Thank you very much. Ah, much appreciated. Good, it does work. And it doesn't seem to be overly loud. Good deal. Officers also get passives? Because when I think officer, I think of like they get a whole plethora of abilities they can use to buff somebody or debuff the enemy. So one of their actions is going to be spent doing that, so I don't want to do it with a sharpshooter because you're either going to shoot your sniper rifle and it's your turn, or buff somebody and then that's it, that's all. But you're so far back, I don't think you'd be able to really connect with anybody usually. So I think I'm just going to go with a gunner. Like, fuck it, Griffin God. Everybody get a bit of mobility for the remainder of the turn once per mission. Or focus fire, the aim bonuses, and armor piercing for the rest of the turn. Right. I found focus fire to not quite be good enough. Mobility would be... I'm gonna try the mobility one. I mean, you're a chrysalid anyway, so...
Commander, we have a priority.
Right, yeah, okay.
It looks like an encoded signal from the resistance.
A lot of stuff costs an AP but doesn't end the turn. Right. Yeah, we'll have to see. I think the mobility one's a pretty good one, though. I can use that pretty much every mission. Focus fire. I never found it to be useful enough. I mean, when I got a whole squad of 10 dudes and there's a big 68 health sectopod to bring down, then sure. Oh, Jesus. You? Hi. Hello. Bit late, isn't it?
Hello, Commander.
Hi,
It
again.
would seem your recent activities have gotten Advent's attention. Our unwelcome guests are on the move. Advent has been diverting considerable resources and personnel to covert facilities across the globe. The exact details of these operations are highly classified. However, they do have one thing in common. A single word that appears in all their files. Avatar. I believe the black site we had previously uncovered to be but a part of this Avatar project. Based on what we have uncovered so far, its true scope is far greater. This project is being directed from the very top of Advent, from a source I am still unable to determine. All attempts to uncover its identity have met with failure. It is time to take a more direct approach. Though we may not know the exact nature of this Avatar project, we can still disrupt it. We must root out these hidden facilities with the help of local resistance cells, disrupt our enemy's operations, and in the process, uncover the truth. Locate the source of this Avatar project, and then destroy it. Were the enemy to succeed in their efforts, I am certain it would mean the end for us all. I am confident you will take whatever measures necessary to eliminate this threat, Commander.
How much of a ball ache is the Avatar project in this?
On this Avatar project here. If they finish what they've started, it sounds like it'll be the end for all of us.
Some power fluctuations for a bit of intel, 2 days? Sure, why not? It looks like the Avatar project's a little bit longer in this. Maybe it's just the difficulty. Not a difficulty. And we found the assassin. Somehow only just now. She's been here the whole time. She was late to the party, I guess? I don't know. Hello again.
Incoming message for you, Commander. Patching it through to your quarters now.
I had high hopes for the Resistance.
Yeah, he's happy with us. Nice. 885 income. Nothing lost.
On yourself.
That's a good sign. Regenerates lost health and also killer quick. Okay. Yeah, fine. Bonus hit point? Yeah, fine. And because we did good work with the Templars. I guess Art of War. Let's say I guess. Definitely Art of War. I guess more power? I don't know. Because I don't really care too much about soldier bonds. And research rewards on missions is less useful in this because there's not so many missions that are just straight up like, here, I'm going to give you 80 intel if you do this. It's more just like, I would give you 20 intel. Now you have this. So here's 21 intel. Or I guess like 22, maybe 23. So it's much less good in this. I guess I'll take the power because I think we're at our power cap currently. And I'm keeping between the eyes. Yeah. Because that makes the loss really easy to handle. Need every bit of intel you can get on Legend though? Nah, I don't know. Well, hold on. What are we doing right now? The power fluctuations, right?
Strategic resource located.
The 15% intel difference is like a couple missions throughout several months of the gameplay. It could very well just be a bit of bad RNG would also make the difference, you know? So I don't think it's worth trying to min-max for that type of thing. And if the game expects you to have that plus 15% intel in order to succeed, then that brings up a balance issue. Yeah, it's on Legend, whatever, but I don't know. Strange. 59 intel there. Supply drop for the 800 or so supplies. Grab that quick. Feeling rich. Feeling very rich.
I'm glad to see our joint effort paid off like we hoped.
Legend in this just isn't worth playing. Like, we haven't even had any balance passes. I think. Maybe one a long time ago.
On the Chosen during our
and as per normal, we got the rep up with them just after the month.
And that says something. If you've got something new for us, Commander, my Reapers are up for taking on some.
But it's nothing
orders.
too great, so that's okay. So, do we give Axe a friend? Should probably work to hunt the Chosen. Let's just go for that. Let's just hunt the Chosen. Praise the Sunset. A little bit of experience for ya. And Anton? Nah, 43% failure. No good. At least squaddies can be in and they actually help with the failure chance. So that's good. We'll put Baneken, the Grenadier, and Corporal or a Sergeant. Yeah, Trey Forza. There you go. So if you get ambushed, the two of you can generally handle yourself fairly okay, yeah? We'll see about that. Go for that.
My kind will do whatever is needed.
Because the sooner we can unlock doing the Chosen missions, the sooner we can see about getting rid of them, and I don't have to worry about them hugely scaling up and all that, you know? That's gonna take out faction orders. One of the head modders reckons Legend is still too easy for him. Okay. Does he fuck my mom too? Come on. Make it more interesting as now as it's just straight buffs. Sure. That's the thing. I mean, I agree it's a bit of a half-baked feature, but why just remove it straight up?
Setting course for Mexico.
It could be kind of cool to have it where you get a pretty good boost, but also a bit of negative comes with it as well. I'm kind of okay with that. Or if it's going to be just a no negative about it and pure positive, then it's probably not much of a positive, like just plus 5% supplies earned when supplies are earned or something like that. Just something really small. I strongly disagree with changing too heavily, or especially removing things that make War of the Chosen what War of the Chosen is. And I mentioned that before with the Reaper changes and all that stuff. Do we build anything? I can build upgrades, I think. We got the stuff for it. We got a bunch of stuff. Maybe even take a look at the proving ground. Anything going on in here? Like a skulljack? I'll go for a skulljack.
I'll send word as soon as we're finished, Commander.
We'll get a skulljack. And that's hacking bullets. The gas and incendiary grenades would be cool, but I don't know when they just get their dark event type thing for being immune. Because when the dark event happens, it seems like only some missions it applies onto, and I don't know if it ever drops off, and I don't know if I ever get a chance to actually interrupt these missions when they come up. Didn't play Vanilla War of the Chosen, so you can't commit, though it looked terrible. Ah, we have bias, is that what it is? I see. An Illyrium core just for the base mods. Yuck. I want one of the grenades, but I can't decide which one. I guess the incendiary grenades? Fire's a bit bullshit, but I think the gas grenades had a bigger spread to them. I think we'll go with incendiary grenades. The venom rounds could be kind of cool. Needle rounds. Bonus damage to non-robotic advent units. Usually I go with the blue screen rounds because it's really nice just ignoring armor of the robots, which are usually healthier. Non-robotic enemies, a lot of them we do just not enough damage to, but we don't have any upgraded weapons yet. Just for hacking seems a bit of a meh. I don't know. I guess we leave it at that and we just stave up and stockpile for weapons and armor for that. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I gotta put people in those. Give it a second. Better PCS. Sure. More likely to bleed out than die. Sure. It's just a free whatever thing and additional mobility at the start while we're concealed. Very tempting, but I'm gonna hold off on that because we can also get Griffin God to give the what, +5 mobility, so at the start of a mission we could have like 8 mobility for the first turn increase. Yeah, the difficulty differences are insane. I don't know why Rookie is such bappy mode and Veteran is such ball stomping mode. I don't get that. What are you working on? The ring? The ring? Take you out of the ring. Get in there. But no, it's only 5 days. Much nicer than before. Okay, it added a day to the covert action, but that's fine. We're not really in a rush for that. And injury-wise, try not to forget Burger Crossing 16 days. Getting there. It's weird that I only have 3 engineers. Really weird to me. I haven't even cleared out a lot of the garbage yet. I don't have anything to build.
Setting course for
Still doing missions in Eastern
US.
US, I think, right? And we liberated one of the regions. That's, yeah, region liberated down here. So you guys don't need to be doing really much of anything. It can put you back on recruit. There's a chance that you will find scientists and engineers now. But otherwise, mostly pound out some supply finding. Still getting a good amount. I could just buy engineers, can't I?
Avenger plotting new course.
You can get everything at the black market. There you go. And the scientist. Sure, why not? Then alloys and crystals. May as well keep up on that. Iron skin. Incoming melee damage reduced by 3. Stone lancers, get out of here. And then rushing research. Not for intel. So I guess get to work with that then. Gonna take ages. But oh well. And the monument, we'll let it keep going for a bit. Evac with flare 1 turn, max size 8, sweep objective, concealed start. No timer though, just a reinforcement type thing, I guess. We'll let it sit a little bit longer, see if we can get a bit more of a bonus for it. There's the bonus health thing. 5 days, 22 hours, concealed start at 100% infiltration, squad size 8, swamp knife is the operation name for some enemy material. With the loss potentially around. You get a whole grab bag of things with these, and if it's no, you don't get the corpses in this one, do you? We have to evac.
Commander,
take a look at it.
Should be aware, we're detecting lost activity in this area. Our forces will need to be especially.
We can get Praise of Sunset in there, and Captain Q, and get Anton in there. Wolf Track and Naz. Good mix of people. And weapon-wise, armor-wise, we have a Predator armor. But we need definitely more Predator armor and stuff. I was working on... What research was I working on right now? I think I was working on a weapons? Or was that the armor? If it says ambush, advent, troop, column, or supply raid, we get to keep the corpses. But only 2 missions. I'll pick up a couple of these. A couple of those too. Okay. Mag rifle, predator armor. Anton's got the predator armor. Assault rifle is fine for you. You do mind magic. Yep. Then a med kit. Give you some plating. And a frag grenade. Well, no. AP rounds. Medkit plating, flashbang. You're a fancy side dude, so stay fancy and protected. And you're just a sniper. Who needs a pistol? Because you're super krug. That is looking fine to me. Couple armor short still, but I think we're working on... Yeah. I think we're working on an armor research right now. No max ranks yet, no. We've got... What's before Gunnery Sergeant? I think we have that. Like the 3rd or 4th to last rank. How we doing here with recruitment? Getting there. 10 people there. 7 people down here. It's happening.
We completed our research in remarkable time.
Ah, battle armor. Okay, I was kind of right. Better spark armor. Coil guns are inspired. That's quite. It still takes 21 days. But sure.
I agree. That is an important task.
Sure. And it'll be a lot less with them out. 16 days. That's quite a lot nicer. 42 Celsius is what you've got right now? Ugh. That's yucky. Currently nice here. Nice here with a lot of snow, which reminds me, I gotta end the stream a little bit earlier today, like a half hour earlier than normal, to go back out and shovel. I shoveled a bit this morning, but I'm gonna have to shovel again. There's just that much snow. 13C? 13C is a pretty good comfy temp. I like that. People say 20C is room temp. 20C is too hot though. I'm not a lizard.
The aliens are still moving forward.
20C is gross.
Project. Taking out that facility would deal a serious blow to their efforts.
There's a what? Where? That's a skirmisher HQ, not an advent thing. No, my wife agrees. 20C is too fucking warm. She also agrees that like 14, 15C is good. I'm closer to like an 11 or 12. She likes it a little warmer than me, but not too much. Operation Spider Mother. Oh god. For a technical and an intel package. Operation Spider Mom though? I don't know. Get the technical out. A sergeant. I think I passed on that one. Oh god, now what? Ah, okay. Operation Dawnwheel. Defend a resistance supply convoy to protect assets. Yeah, alright. Do what we can. We've got better spark armor that we can make, yeah? The reinforced frame. We have an exosuit already. Assault, 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 mag cannon. This is pretty much everybody else. Some of the people are currently sitting advising, but that's okay. Ah, sniper rifle. I can buy a new rifle for you. Mag long rifle, that's the one, right? I think so. Alright, there's also all this stuff. Jesus. Hold on. Hey, Euchre! Tier 1, 11 months. Thank you very much. Welcome, welcome. How you doing? Much appreciated. The rail cannon's a spark gun. Okay, rail cannon. We could use maybe a better gremlin, maybe a better Psyamp as well. Rail cannon? Yeah, rail cannon. Okay. And then a better gremlin. Better Psyamp. I'll get a better grenade launcher too while we're at it. I don't think we have a grenade guy though. Could also get a better gauntlet. Can I afford another gauntlet? Just all the things. Gauntlet Mark II. Okay. Autofill squad will automatically fill people in, I think. I don't know, I'm afraid to touch it. I don't want the game automatically doing stuff for me. But I need to look down there by our name, because this mod is weird. Change the gun though to the rifle and then back. Up an upgrade. Strip the upgrades. Get them out of here. Back into loadout. The gun, the mag long rifle, back out of weapon upgrade. Get the stuff in there. Autoloader for sure. Scope for sure. Advanced stock. Okay. Get it pink. So that's that. And then Gremlin goes to Mark II. Gauntlet goes to Mark II. Spark. The reinforced frame. Shredder gun's fine. Heavy auto cannon. Look at the name. Ah, the Tactical Legacy Pack weapon. Okay, right. For you. I suppose free reloads? Bonus aim on reaction fire. Phone bonus aim on non-reaction fire. I guess just air trigger and scope? I don't know. Not sure for you. Oh, and were you... I'm changing the music. God fucking damn it. Or the Chosen. Yeah, then save the options. Cause it lags so much when I click, so it's just like, did it actually go through? I don't know. So I click again, then it's like, oh, well then fuck it, you get to back all the way out. Thankfully, it looks like a lot of it saved. Good. It saved at least, like, the changes we put on people. Good. God damn it. PCS? Yeah, no, you can't have one. That's fine. I wouldn't have assumed you could. And then armors were exosuit for... yeah, for Heathen. Ooh, wow.
The EXO armor suit gives our soldiers the power they need to handle heavy weapons, with the durability to match.
Hire 2 more rookies for this mission? You think I need to? We're just bare bone basic rookies, good for nothings. Plus 2 charges or another rocket. Yeah, okay, I'm okay with that. Cause you got flamethrower buffs, don't you? A couple, I guess. I suppose so. And then Darkest Gungeon, you get the Psyamp, and that's good. Cause yeah, like it could fit a couple more people on. They're the advisors currently, though. But like I don't. I don't know if I want just bare. I guess there's nothing to lose, right? Back out again. Nothing to lose picking up a few more rookies, because there are a couple more to pick up. I'd generally like to train them as something specific first, but I don't mind rolling the dice, I suppose. Ideally ones that are just kinda medium. Like Lewis here is quite medium. Gotta get you a haircut though, that's not gonna fly. Not gonna fly for long. You'd be a great shinobi. Why not? They're both healthy. If you haven't already, exclamation mark join to be thrown into the queue, and I'll pick a couple names at random. But first I gotta dress them up. Man, fucking Canada over here. Been a bit of a Canadian recruitment drive as of late, apparently. No, not loadout. I don't know, maybe? Or that. I mean, it's a bit normal-ish looking, but a bit fancy. Looks like he just made your armor in the garage. Not saying that's wrong or anything. Wow. You know, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with it. We don't have many dudes who are just kinda, you know, white. If I want to choose your class, but I'll hire some more now and send it to GTS? Because I don't really want more. I'm quite happy with what I've got, but I know that if I don't, I'm gonna get people that jump on the opportunity to say I told you so. I don't want more though. I feel like we've got a bunch of people. So who do we got? Who dis? It's Hopsqueak. Welcome, Hopsqueak. And our other... Oh, your eyes are a bit freaky. Oh, what a tryhard. I'm okay with this though. I'm alright with that. Nah, you got a Canadian Hopsqueak. We're apparently only recruiting Canadians as of late. I like to try hard. I like it. No huge glaring problems. I mean, I think we can take your arms off. It looks like that's clipping a little bit. A little bit of shoulder oddity, but when you spin them, they kind of glitch out anyway, so I think that's okay. I think that's fine. Who we got for this? It's Thels. Thels, grats on the try hard. Can't wait for you to turn into, like, I don't know, a shinobi or something like this. What's the most unfitting class for this look? Probably shinobi. Thinking shinobi. Or skirmisher, I guess. Alright, good deal. Come on in. We just like pulled people off the street while driving over to the operation. We're just like, get in the van, let's go. We got a world to save. And there they are. Looking good. We don't have anything extra for you. You gotta earn it. I don't know what to tell you. You gotta earn it. I'll give you, instead of a flashbang, I'll give you a medkit though. So now we got 4 or 5 medkits or so. That's a bit nicer. And I think we're okay to head out like so. If I can get a couple more Predator armors made up. For them. Okay. Looking good. Go, go, go. Try out with the skull mask. Time to become a medic. Yeah, there you go. Specialist on the whole medic career. That'd be a good one for you. You see that lumbering up to you. You think it's the Raper come to take your soul or whatever. And I had to put room temp milk in my coffee because we ran out of cold milk and there wasn't a backup cold milk in the fridge. It's still hot. Like hot, like difficult to drink hot. I even left it open so it would cool out a bit. It's still almost too hot. It's like a nice tea drinking temp right now. You have 42 soldiers and still feel like it's not enough? What the fuck? How many missions you doing at once? Longmore have a dedicated medic class? Longmore have a dedicated medic class. It's got a line through specialists that you could do that's pretty much dedicated medic. I think they're the only ones though who have anything related to medicines. But that was also just in War of the Chosen, so I'm gonna say no. So we've got Advent Flare, and then you know, things beaming in and about to deafen me. Just here. So I guess we'll just be ready for that then.
All systems nominal.
Stomp, 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 stomp. Weapons are so hot right now. You're right about that, Longbow. You can do some mind magic from back here. We get Thel's up a little bit. It hops up a little bit. We're heading over to this side of the map for some reason. William Parker et al.
Affirmative.
Gucci up to a truck.
I'm trusting you here.
At least they got rifles this time and not just SMGs.
On your order.
Allá voy.
Bin dabei.
All right.
Zeigt euch.
Safety's off.
I'm on it.
SMGs. Yeah. Ah, God, did I break it? Okay, we're good. Phew. Let's get hops up a little bit. Countdown to your death begins. Yeah. Well, yeah. You got a good flanking angle. That's a lot of Advent up there. You got a good flanking angle, though, for whatever may come. We got a good surround on this portal. Ah, there it is. God, I knew it was coming, too. Jesus fucking Christ. Usually the designated red shirt.
It's one of the elders chosen.
Well, when you were a dog, I mean, you send the red shirts in on purpose because they're red shirts. When you were, I was just taking you out for walkies. They're the ones who set you on fire. Oh my God, it's dead. What a double tap. It is a rule, you know, but wow. Bit excessive. They're also here. Hi, also you. So now we have to take a lot of reaction shots against you. Just like one or two will probably miss. And you regenerate lost health, but you're brittle. And you're a little bit spooked to skirmishers.
At the very least, you will die with honor.
The chosen assassin is moving near your position. Stay on guard, people.
Alrighty. Ah, snake number 3 up there. Okay.
You ready to get a little flambe?
I'm gonna make meat out of you. Or so. Bonus crit and crit damage 3 turn cooldown. Right. Okay. Probably just have longbow kill ya. 13 damage crit.
Not all are created equal.
And you're hunkered down where exactly? Okay. Nah, Sky Collective is West Europe, I think. I don't think we had a Haven Advisor here. I think it was an engineer that we had here because we were just doing supply stuff.
Scanning. Come get some.
Ahí yo voy. Bitte Feuerschutz. Overwatch.
Got it.
Safety's off.
Come get some.
Time to fortify our
These
position.
humans with nothing but regret and exacting strike.
Well, there's her.
Watch the sides.
I will deliver you to the next world without delay.
Okay. No sign of the Advent Thorks yet, though. But hi. I'm going to, with William Parker, shoot you point blank? What? Balanced. Minus 200%. Jesus. Okay. If you say so. Yeah, geez, she's just gonna get a free action. Probably slash you in the face. But the brittle procs? No?
That will not be enough to stop
Okay.
me.
There goes the gun. So she's not... There it is. She's not brittle anymore, I guess? She used to be brittle. I guess not. Brittle is a lie. Okie dokie. Well, good luck to you guys. I'm gonna hang out here and wait for Advent.
Safety's off. Safety's off. Safety's off.
Okay.
Go around this way.
Affirmative. Covering now.
Moving on target location. Get ready for a surprise.
Let's get the armor out of there.
Clumsy of you.
Damn, that's all I've got.
Trained for combat.
That's it, we're spent. That wasn't much of a movement, though. So,
Covering now.
everyone else, precision shot, since they're a bit more out in the open. Oh, 3. That's it, that's all, 3.
Disguised as strategy. Show them what the elders have asked of you.
A little more Advent. A lot of Advent, dudes. Keep in mind around Rookie. Rookie, ladies and gentlemen, Rookie. Bullshit Bappy mode.
See completed.
How many more of these ill-prepared minions must die for your cause before you submit
What do you want me to do? Done all I can.
If you insist on
Tales from Condensate. Gifting 10 tier 1 subs. Thank you very much. On to Skipper A, Nodder, Azarine, Makeshift, Nick Techno, Spartan, Blue Chevelle, Dranon, Taurus Gaming, and Deconata. DK Oneta, Deconata. DK Onata. One of those, I'm sure. Thank you very much. Very generous of you. Also, fairly okay ambush, but holy fuck, holy, is there a lot of Advent here now.
Communism is a lie.
D Conada. I think that was one of my attempts. No, maybe not. And that. And if you just take a shot, not that great.
I'm on it.
Would like to hang out behind half cover, but I know they'll just shoot you and crit you, so full cover it is, even at the risk of activating all of these guys.
En marcha.
Yes, hail of bullets, although an area suppression. If you could see just anybody else, area suppression would be pretty nice. There's a bunch of them all cluttered up. Just wanted to say thanks for a few years of content, my man. Hey, well, thank you very much. Thank you for your, a few years of Flammkuchen. Not quite that much. Close, though. Much appreciated. Go for the mech. 6 to 11. Pretty good chance of taking it out.
Diese Rüstung ist stark.
Gonna have to risk the half body cover and might have to also risk a half-ass rocket launch. Plus minus 3 tiles.
Eat that!
Hey, Rex, you hit 2 of them. Took the one out of cover.
On the lives of your enemy.
Just not a lot of vision with you. So move up. Fells, hops, Lithriandel. Thinking I can combat protocol with Lithriandel if necessary. Very annoyed we didn't take out the mech. Gets hail of bullets on the sentry. Get it dead.
Blanco estilo batido.
How far can you throw a grenade? Pretty far.
Move out.
Come on, Hops, do a thing. Yeah, okay, I thought maybe you could get it like on top. And those two, just not far enough for those two. Okay. Yeah, fine. Well, at least this dude in his cover then. Pedro Chitzer with a gifted sub 2. Tales from Condensate, thank you very much. Gifted 62 thus far. Much appreciated. Yeah, these supply protection missions, like, they suck to do. This is the cost of just spamming supplies with everybody. I think the very first one that I did I had an okay time with, but everyone since then has been pretty awful. I kind of agree with the logic of just grab Vulture and just sell all the things ever for supplies. That's it, that's all. It's a generally much safer way to go about doing things.
Here, catch!
You
That.
lack nuance.
Scanning.
Guess just Overwatch.
The darkness.
Can't take much more of this.
Can't happen in liberated regions. Makes sense. Can attack a region though if a neighboring region gets to strength 9. Why? 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 Why complicate and confuse things?
Lucky shot!
What will you do when they can no longer fight?
Remember what I said about half body cover?
Last long at this rate.
May as well not exist. Also more things. And more things. This is Alt F4 material here. What the fuck? Alright, I'm going to pop overdrive. And you're gonna move up and just soak. You're both fired. Only 63 against him? High cover? Look at him. He's not... he's doing suppression. How can he be in high cover and do suppression? These are the nuances that this mod could be looking at. I guess finish off the mech too. Anybody else could have done that, but oh well.
Warning. Nuclear weapon payload depleted.
The Liberty Prime voice pack is just too good. So...
Of course.
at least you can do some mind stuff from here. Go for a Soulfire or an Insanity? I think I'd go for Insanity, actually. Missed. Hop's just bleeding out, but I'm not really going to be able to get up to her in time. Now with all the stuff coming by. There's a whole lot of everything spawning.
Heading out.
Good luck, Thals.
Here, catch.
Good work, Thals.
Ahí yo voy. ¿Cómo va?
Yes, Grenadier. They could be annoying, and it's the best chance to delete one.
Got it. Parting gift.
There's a 3 damage. Like, you'd think this is the game punishing you for doing something, but I don't know what it would have been, because there's no communication with the player as to what's happening or why. Things just happen in this mod, and nobody knows why. It looks like the assassin just beamed you away from across the map and fells behind cover. Full body cover, maybe even? Bleeding out now? Like, there's no anything. I don't know if I'm being punished. I don't know if I just had bad luck. Nobody else knows. Everybody's just guessing, because there's nothing anywhere in this mod. Soulfire Sectoid. Insanity's not great. You know what? I'll Soulfire a Sectoid. Get it dead.
And stay down.
Imagine the look on the Chosen's face. Not only did Hobbs have like odd turn left bleeding out, but Hobbs was also literally just picked up, like literally recruited minutes before we got to this mission, because there is 1 hour remaining before we could start this mission. 1 hour. So they've been with XCOM for definitely less than that. Maybe like 20 minutes tops. Hops don't know anything. They've probably never even been to the Avenger. Fine by me though. Combat protocol looking quite tempting on the robot up there, but we got to get you into a better spot. But a spot where you can actually see the mech, which is going to be, well, I guess right there. Okie dokie, you're flanked from the other side of the map, but let's just ignore that for now. Kidnap rescues? Yeah, you can get those. Well, we're supposed to be able to do them from the rescue a VIP mission, but that's currently bugged. Normally you'd be doing it through a covert action in the ring, I think. Sometimes they can just pop up as a normal mission also, but I don't know how it is currently in this. In theory, we can rescue you though, yeah. Go for the sectoid.
Ziel eliminiert.
Asked in the mod Discord about supply rate size difficulty, and according to them, it's basically a punishment for doing too much supplies in non-liberated regions. You build up aggro points. Do you see these aggro points anywhere, and does the game tell you that this is a thing? And once it's enough, how much? They will attack your supply forces. What determines how much they attack you with and why? I need info. I need info, and I need to know where to find that in the game so I can track it and chart it and make sure it doesn't get too out of hand. Because this is insane for rookie difficulty. This will make players Alt F4 and never touch your mod again. It will make players do what happened with me on the first Long War mod, where I did really good on a mission and stealthed it generally that I shouldn't have been able to stealth, but I was able to, and it just fucked me over by teleporting in like 2 pods directly on top of me in one turn out of nowhere. And I never played it again. I mean, if that's what you want with your mod, then fine, but you know, you could also just make something cool and fun.
Mobility complete.
The letters in the region badge, I think, is F is generally how strong Advent is there. And then apparently it can also influence neighboring regions somehow in some ways. And then there's also V, which is how many potential missions you could be getting if you were to look for missions there or something, supposedly. Dude, I don't know, okay? I don't know. You know as much as I do. You Alt F forward Long War? Dude, me too. I literally did. It upset me so much I Alt F forward and I never returned to it. And when I heard about Long War 2, I was like, I'm not sure I give a fuck. I think I sit back and Overwatch, but they're gonna spit acid. I don't know what he'll do. I don't know what he'll do. I'll suppress him. I have a shot left. And Heathen, I think I keep you back and safe so you can maybe approach the sectoids and just hunker down with you. You can maybe approach the sectoids and burn them. So you're still here just kidnapping people? Okay. You don't like leave after a kidnapping, you can just do it remotely from across the map. That's cool.
The Chosen took one of our soldiers captive, and it's going to take a coordinated effort with the Resistance to get him back.
Embrace democracy, or you.
It's distressing because I came from Open XCOM, where the modding community for Open XCOM is also all about elitism and saying who's the bestest, and making things as quote-unquote brutal and impossible as possible. And none of them were really focusing on just making a cool, fun mod that people can play and have fun with, because why should we have fun in video games? I don't know why strategy games attract this type of audience to them, where they just stop caring about fun. It's distressing and disheartening. I'll never understand how somebody could look at this and be like, oh yeah, this is okay currently, this is fine. That's what you get for getting supplies, one of the 2 ways that there are to get supplies in this, because we took out the ways to do missions to get supplies generally, except sometimes where they do pop up randomly, but you have no control or indication of when or where they happen, or how many supplies you get. Yeah, on XCOM and stuff, I'm gonna be looking at those after this whole XCOM 2 stuff is over. And we'll see how those are doing. They're working on just making something with at least a modicum of balance. So, hoping for good stuff there. We will see.
Feind terminiert.
send you over here.
Designation, Liberty Prime.
Send you over here. Take this dude out. Sectoids can't do a whole lot to you. Nice double tap. It is Aurelian though. Longbow knows. He's been around long enough.
It's greater death this one could hope for.
Out of curiosity. Okay, not a whole lot more, but a decent bit.
My bad. I need ammo. All right.
Fantastic.
Sorry.
Go heal them.
I mean, you need it, so
On the move.
fall back a bit.
Recibido.
We'll be aggressive with you. Give this guy a big, nasty, fat flank. See what he does.
Masters well. Destroy all who stand in your way.
Probability of mission hindrance, 0%. Oh, geez, I can't believe this.
I'm just saying, if I were a new player that didn't have dozens of people in chat telling me what's going on and giving me information, I'd be clueless currently. I wouldn't know why this is happening. I'd be taking people off of supplies and just living the broke life and never being able to afford upgrades and then wondering how I get outpaced so much. That's what it would turn into. That's exactly the experience that's going to be going on.
Area classified as active war zone.
Your soldiers will die today, Commander. But they die with honor.
Okay. He doesn't seem too bothered, honestly. Alright then.
Blanco neutralizado. Arma seca.
1% less chance to take out the one that's overwatching.
Those born by the Elder's hands, not all are created equal.
I don't even know, does the scale of the supply farming that I'm doing influence also how many Advent attack you when it inevitably happens? Or is this related to the Advent Force thing? Or is that just an entirely different mechanic that's also not explained? Furthermore, follow-up question, does anybody actually know, or are we guessing?
Victory is assured.
Because if this is just how the mission is now, this got a huge buff and I don't know why. Because before it was pretty challenging, but like fairly okay, because, you know, you're fighting a two-pronged fight, which is kind of cool. You got the supply dudes over there, and then your guys on the other side. You didn't quite make it in time. You're coming in there in the middle of the battle. It makes sense. I can reason with it. It's cool and fine. Resistance dudes aren't great, but you know, it is what it is. They kind of hold their own a little bit. Sometimes they get a really sick, nasty play, and it's like, oh wow, that was dirty, and it's kind of cool. But it was doable. This is like, what the fuck? This is gross. If I wasn't on Rookie, they'd have so much more health. And they'd probably also have a lot more mechs and mutons and stuff, I think, because they'd have generally higher force too.
Heading out.
Yeah, okay, I guess shoot the zombie. Yeah, looking like aid protocol won't help too much. I guess shoot the zombie.
Target eliminated. You will fight and die as ordered.
It's a cool mission idea. No, yeah, I agree. Long War of the Chosen, and probably just Long War of the Chosen overall, it's got cool ideas. I said the same thing with Files. It's got cool ideas, but the execution of it is really poor. It was just extra fun with Files how you get yelled at if you try to report anything, and you get called the N-word and called a Nazi, and then chat just explodes and the whole Discord server goes on lockdown for a couple days. It was a real event every time. That was really quite one of the more memorable moments of 2020 for me, honestly. Real good gang of people we got. We have you surrounded. Come up with your... I don't know. Just please come out. Leave the building. I'll even have you go insane so you can maybe hunker down. I don't know. Have yet to see a cool Long War of the Chosen idea, though. The infiltration stuff is neat. For Long War of the Chosen specifically, though, I have no idea. It's still so much of a work in progress. Like, somebody was asking me to sell them on Long War of the Chosen. And it's like, But, like, Long War overall, I like the infiltration mechanic of it. I think that's a cool addition. I would kind of rather just see... In the end of just the base game, you spend intel for submission buffs. I'd like that to just be a thing that we can do. Because that was pretty nice.
Lock and load.
If you want to have an easy time, you're going to have to pay for it. So it becomes cheap mission, easy mission, or what would the third thing be? Cheap, easy, or X. Choose two.
On your order.
You can just Overwatch. Cheap, easy, or yeah, I guess it takes longer to infiltrate like fast, but I'm thinking just doing away with infiltrate and just keeping the game as is, but with the intel spending as a thing. Or you just non-stop crit people and just take them out through a wall, Longbow. Jesus Christ. How many crits does he have this mission? Alright, so I think it's just the Chosen now?
Fusion core reinitialized.
I'm all over it.
A la orden.
Scanners.
I'm not sure I'd count intel boosting infiltration as a thing. Like yeah, you can technically, so in a way intel is sort of spent as a resource to do missions, but you don't need to do it. And the only reason that you'd be doing it, oh, you're actually right there. The only reason you'd be doing it, as far as I can tell, is because you're trying to bring just a few people on it, or like you want to bring a lot of people on it, but there was no time, or you're wanting to bring a few people on it and you need them back like immediately for whatever reason. So you can't spend time infiltrating.
But their time grows ever shorter. Enjoy these fleeting breaths while they last. This is the beginning of the end.
Overdrive!
Voice module online.
But I didn't mean to be like exactly right next to you, but okay. Tank it! Tank it!
Yeah. I have no fear of your mechanized toys.
Dude, what the fuck? She hurts.
You will not suffer long.
Run, longbow, run! Behind a tree, even though it doesn't do anything for you.
Move up.
It says it reaches. The floor tile's not highlighted though. Okay, now we're good.
Finally, a true strike.
Fire, the truest of strikes.
Die already!
Hi, longbow. Coming in right at half saying, don't you dare kill our longbow. Now, don't worry, you're fine, longbow. We just have to kill the Chosen with this next attack. 24% graze. Just kill her. Okay, now we're good. Phew, see, we're fine. Hi, longbow.
At one time, it would have been unthinkable that I might ever fall in battle. Now, it appears you have bested me once again.
Status confirmed. All
right, and no deaths.
Is secure.
Look at the...
Mission accomplished. We showed the Chosen that the Resistance is here to stay, Commander. Now we just have to find
That was
thing and
redonkulous.
put it down for good.
Soldiers killed 3? Who's number 3? Oh, the rebels? Is it counting rebels? Must be counting rebels. Okay. Good. No deaths. We didn't lose anybody. There's us just generally posing, looking cool, and beating some dudes up. That's us. 66 combined kills. We'll just say it was that mission, 66 combined kills. We can pretend.
We must never allow these dissidents to fill our hearts with fear. Their victory today is a minor footnote in history. A small
Feel like Long War 2 fundamentally doesn't work. An enemy unknown, the increased difficulty give you a sense of real strategy, as sometimes the aliens would send a UFO that's just too big to handle at the moment. I never played... I'm assuming you mean the first Firaxis XCOM enemy unknown. I never played that enough to really have much of any opinion. I remember the very first time I played it, I underestimated how critically important the satellites were. And I super duper fell behind, but then when I replayed it with that in mind, it was generally okay.
There's no blame to be had.
A couple missions come to mind that were like, holy shit.
Decisions you have to make out there.
But it was okay. The general core concept with XCOM and really any tactics game overall that makes it work is you're always slightly outmatched all the time throughout the entire game. Never really should you ever feel overly confident and just like, oh, I'll just walk in there and stomp it, no problem. I know for a fact we can do this. You can go in there with a pretty clear idea that you can manage, but you never exactly know what's going to happen because one misstep, one misclick, one really bad roll, and it's kind of all over. I feel like neither of these games really do that too terribly well, because in both of them you get to the point where your dudes are just so good that you're unbreakable and unbeatable. In War of the Chosen, if you spam resistance ring stuff on a person, you can kind of turn them into a bit of a god soldier, and you never have to really worry about them, and they can basically solo a mission. So you'd have to fix that. Having the player do more missions doesn't really fix that. Adding more different types of advent? Kinda, sort of. I like that they've tried to split the classes. Now the Grenadier with the heavy weapon is basically just, here's your Grenadier. Here's the heavy weapon guy. They've split the classes up a little bit. So it's a little bit harder to become invincible, but it seems like soldiers still just get ungodly good. And when you can bring 8 to 10 people on most missions, they synergize together and it exacerbates the difficulty a lot. I will say that the classics also kind of fucked the formula a little bit when they allowed the player to get mind control. I feel like players shouldn't have been able to get mind control. I think players having the opportunity to do any sort of psi attack, I think that was a mistake, because that makes the end game really, really easy. I, as a player, just choose not to play with that, and it's much nicer. But I still feel like they fucked up a bit with that. I think Firaxis just generally fucked up with the entire thing. And fixing that's difficult. Really difficult. Longbow got 9 kills this mission. Dude, well deserved. He kicked ass. MVP. I want to put a fridge sticker on him. Like a fridge magnet or so. Concussion rocket we determined was kind of terrible. Shredder. Burnout we want to try around and see how it goes. I think we go with Shredder for you. Tried and true. It works good. I'm gonna try Cyclic Fire as well. Go for that. 3 shots at a target in a single attack. Requires both actions and all shots have aim penalties. 2-turn cooldown. Bit rough there. But let's give it a go. The medkits, of course. 34 AP you've got. Well, I think we grab Revival Protocol. It's kind of too good to ignore. I would like Scanning Protocol, but that's a bit expensive right this moment. Then Darkest Gungeon can be promoted. I'll have to do that back at base, though. Hops and Thels captured. Hops, well done with the 2 kills, though, on that one mission. High rank abilities highlighted like you can select them. The high rank XCOM ability, the XCOM row is always highlighted for some reason.
We're getting thin on manpower, Commander. We should check with Resistance HQ for new recruits.
I never tried to actually grab them. They're so expensive though. I'm not sure if you'd ever really be able to grab them early. Soulfire transferring. Remotely detonated, dude, if they're carrying explosives. Probably more useful than this. There's more advent types that have grenades and all that. I think I'd go for that. Four days now? That's okay. And then there was the other soldier needs training still. 13 more days. And then we got phobias to do at some point. We got things to do here. Let's go VIP. A scientist and an intel package. Don't think we have enough healthy people for that. So, like, let's see here. Advent strength. That's just how scaled up Advent is in this region. Tech-wise and all that. If we were to do a Western US mission, we'd be fighting, like, kind of basic Advent, yeah? We wouldn't be seeing mutants, we wouldn't be seeing mechs. The V was something around like how many missions generally you could be getting there. So if there's a V of 0, probably not worth doing very much intel scanning because getting missions are going to be rough as hell. And then F for the force is strength of the dudes that are there, like if they've got better weapons and all that. That's just a general, I think, blanket everywhere. Yeah, everybody uses force. Force may as well just be some stat that's anywhere else. I don't think it's ever different per region. So we'd be fighting generally basic dudes and not a whole lot of them, but they still have the good tech and gear and health and armor and all that stuff. It could be that it's also the type of enemies that you encounter. Like, it won't just be, at this force level, it may not just be bare bones basic Advent man. It might be like, maybe an Advent gunner, but with the Advent strength being low, it wouldn't be a cool gunner guy. It'd be kind of a shit one, or maybe just like one of them or so. I'm thinking strength is more just how many people there are, and then force being their tech level, and V being how many missions there kind of are. Enemy types unlock at certain F levels. Vipers show up at 4, mutons at 5, etc. Okay, yeah. Sure. So there's just not that many of them, though. Okay. How's Papa doing here? Papa doing okay? Evac with flare 1 turn, concealed start because we're over 100%. Oh yeah, Operation Half-Eaten Breath. Let's go ahead and do this because we're kind of out of people. So we'll go ahead and do this now. I'm concerned about the Avatar project because I don't know how often I'd have an opportunity to bat it back down. The pacing of XCOM 2 was such that you could kind of fuck around a little bit, but as long as you're making some form of progress in some way, you can keep it okay. Well, you could kind of take your time with it. It only ever really max out if you were doing either really, really slow progress or was having issues keeping people alive and had to kind of keep retraining them and all that.
We have a fix on the target.
Because I think skulljacking the guy, the black site, researching the brain, killing the avatar worked. There were ring actions that you could do to reduce it. There was a card that you could do to reduce it extra. I don't know how quickly there was the bases that you could do also. I think those reduced it a bit. The Long War of the Chosen doesn't seem to have quite as many of those things though. I don't know. Read up on a better Advent and totally forgot that it occasionally tosses a prime enemy against you, which is just extra tough and mean. So they advise to play a difficulty lower than normal because of that. Okay. Just random for funsies, or do they have a reason for being there?
On my way. Voy hacia allá.
How much tougher are we talking? We talking like 3 times the strength, so one dude is like kind of a pot of their own, mixed inside of a pot of other stuff? That might be okay then. Especially later on. I think if a dude is much stronger than like, I think 40 to 50 health starts cutting it a little bit close. I think anything more than that is just like, you can take him down by popping cooldowns, but it's a bit annoying. Nothing like that? Okay, good. They're just... There was a group there, right? They're just walking around, though. I think we saw them on accident. And they're just the two. Thinking I launch a rocket up to them or so. Because they got the high ground and stuff, and that's annoying to me. Go, go, go! Sectopod Prime had like 25 health? Oh, that's maybe too low for a Sectopod? That seems a bit low. Because if you're talking late game, you're talking weapons that can do on average like 8 damage. You got things like Banish, you got the double shots, you've got generally good weapon mods with high crit. You could do like 25 damage with just a couple people with just a few cooldowns.
Greetings. Please report any sightings of these
45%. I think it might be the only one who sees them, so we might have to go for that. Oh no, you also see him. Could also rapid target him. Go for that. Make it a bit easier. Yeah, not to mention blue screen rounds. Yeah, that too. Because those allow you a bunch of extra damage. Nice crit, by the way. Rug still trying his best. That's what makes Sectopods a little more forgivable, is you can hack them, shut them down, maybe take control over them, but usually just shut them down. You can combat protocol them for the extra damage. You got the AoE shock that specialists have that does the extra damage and can stun and disorient them. You can just straight up blue screen round them to death. There's so many options to handle them, so it's not so bad seeing a Sectopod with a shitload of health walking around, because you can manage it. It's the stuff alongside them that makes it a problem. It's a bit like the Chosen. If you can get them isolated, you can typically fight them. Except the Assassin. But the Assassin's a bastard. Nobody likes the Assassin. Too much stealth and stuff. Hey, how you doing, Avrande? Yeah, Long War of the Chosen. This is what we're currently playing. Build 22.3, one of the presumably last updates before Beta 4.
On my way.
Yeah, you spotted something, didn't you? No? We're okay? Okay. Stay there, though. Generally playable in its current state, but very, very difficult. Odd balance. There hasn't been a proper balance pass yet. So it's currently a little bit all over the place. God, I love your shorts. Also, your accuracy is quite okay too, I suppose. And if we were to go up topside with you, what do we got? There'll be probably a decent amount of mods when this hits the workshop, yeah. Apparently mod makers are holding off doing it because of support reasons. They never know when their mod's gonna break, and nobody wants to repatch their mod for a mod over and over and over again. But how many mods are there for Long War to change stuff around? That people are just like unhappy with aspect A, B, or C, and they make a mod to change it. There a whole lot of that? Okay, yeah, he's pretty far away.
If you say so.
Step up in Overwatch. You can take the car then and hang back a little bit. Go for a suppression. He's probably going to fall back to his allies by the statue.
Moving to Overwatch.
On Overwatch.
I'm trying to kind of gear up for that, but if he does progress a little more, I'll kind of be ready for him. He's just going to stay there and take a shot. Okay then. Fine. Never mind. Oh god, this guy.
Heading out. Scanning.
His hair also has mustache. He just generated like that. I didn't do a single thing to this guy. Like that's just his look. Dude's tremendous. I think he's by a pretty good margin my favorite just naturally generated soldier. Super good. There they are. Group of 3. That could be everybody. I kind of doubt it somewhat. Another mini pod there. Oh wait, no, it's just 2 and 2. Okay. So that's 8 enemies total then so far?
Got it covered. Okay, I'll go.
I think the alien rulers were kind of okay. They have aspects to them that resemble their natural whatever, but you have to be a little more strategic with them because they're better. Them taking their turn all the time though is a very fucking taboo thing in a turn-based tactics game. And I think that's gonna forever throw everybody off. But I think they're generally okay.
I guess that'll be okay.
I don't hate them. Put it that way. I dread fighting them. But that's okay, that's how you're supposed to feel. I hate the Chosen Assassin. It single-handedly makes me want to just not play War of the Chosen sometimes. I dread the Warlock, because he hasn't really been a problem, but he gets close sometimes. The Hunter I don't really care about. The Hunter needs a complete overhaul rework in War of the Chosen. It's busted how easy he is. He just doesn't do anything. Would an area suppress get both? It does. We'll do that then. Posted a screenshot of your assassin in the Discord. She's insane. Let me pull this up and see. Because I've heard horror stories. It's a lot of things going on with it. And switching over now. When targeted by enemy fire, automatically fire back with your blank once per turn. Mix in with the fact that you just get a turn automatically anyway. Overkill, your range attacks deal plus more damage to units below half health. Regeneration, of course, regenerates lost health. Shadow Step doesn't trigger Overwatch or reaction shots, and Cutthroat melee attacks against biological enemies. Ignore their armor, have increased crit, and do +2 damage. It's with a shotgun? When targeted by enemy fire, automatically fire back with your shotgun once per turn? Because the shotgun's the strongest thing she's got, and the only boon there is to her is that she doesn't ever fucking use it. Easy to target from high ground, and increased damage from Templars, I guess. But, yuck. That's gross. That's a really gross combination of things. Return fire is the most stupidest ability in Phoenix Point. Strongly agree. The return fire is such garbage. It's the dumbest thing ever. Oh god, I hated that so much. Is it still the way it does it do like just partial weapon damage nowadays, or how's it balanced currently? I kind of want to run you back there and slash the Viper here. Ooh, from inside? You're still quite flankable though. Pure fire, probably shoot and miss. What else we got? I'd like to do that. I think that's okay.
Got it.
We could scoot up for a bit of Overwatch and help out if we do a slash. Because the danger is that they move in for an easy flank against you. 4 damage. Hey, I'll take it. A hit's a hit. Your flamethrower doesn't reach, and your flashbang could do a bit if we feel like pretending that does anything against Advent. Not sure on that. I might just have you just take a shot at the purifier. Oof, that audio. How you doing? NFS 25. Impression on Long War the Chosen. Stable already to the extent when you can play comfortably without significant bugs? Yes. Yeah, not a whole lot of bugs. It's pretty bug free. I got issues with the difficulty, but there hasn't been a difficulty pass yet. Balance is all sorts of weird, but it is very much playable. I think I only ever had one bug from an earlier build that I don't know if it was ever fixed, where I called for evac on a hack the workstation mission, but before evac arrived we failed the mission because the timer ran out and evac just vanished. But reloading it autosave fixed that. Obviously don't play on Iron Man mode, just, you know, because if there's bugs and all that stuff you gotta be able to report that with the save. Guess I keep Yep here. Wasn't able to do enough, because if I just run over and slash this guy, then the other snake is like super duper all up ons. Although they have a harder time getting over to you that way. Do we do it? Let's do it. It's done. I've already clicked.
Me ha pillado. Este podría transportar algo. Hostil neutralizado.
An elite laser sight. I'd probably recommend just playing Long War 2 at this point. I don't see... I haven't played Long War 2, but I don't see anything from Long War of the Chosen that's uniquely War of the Chosen that's like, you gotta play it for this. Because they're still working on changing the War of the Chosen stuff to fit the mod better. Wow, that's some range, huh? Missed with your tongue, too. Wow.
Me siento un poco débil. Cerca del fuego. Vale, esto va mal. ¡Ah!
Okay. And you can't even, like, loot this, right? That was the thing. You can only hunker down, but this doesn't remove fire anymore. So... run far, run fast. You've got a med kit. I might run you back for that.
Yep.
Because I gotta take care of you. Burning and poison. You're dead next turn. Like, guaranteed. I don't think there's a single thing I can do to help you otherwise.
I'm not done with you.
Super log load times is why I stopped playing XCOM completely years ago. Partially your fault for installing so many mods, though. The loads can be pretty bad. They had improved the load times a lot at one point, though. I want to say a couple months after War of the Chosen was released, they had a big thing that fixed the performance overall. You still can't play with anti-aliasing on, but, you know. Yeah, rapid target. Let's try to get this guy dead at least. Because if we can get him dead, we can more easily fall back and get a heal in. Founder in battle now. Your assassin has 40 HP And does 7 base damage with every slash. Seem to have nerfed her aim though. Only 65. But is it only 65? Okay. So let's see. Yeah, maybe. Can medkit heal through a wall, right?
No hace falta repetirlo.
It's a not great spot to be, but bear with me here. There, no longer burning or poisoned. You still just have the 4 health. Oof. Alright, have to reload. Don't have snapshot, don't have any weapon mods at all, huh? Well, the holo target it. I don't think it was the DLC itself that fixed it. I think it was after the release. Might be wrong. Ah, I can teamwork, yeah. Perfect. I thought you were friends with them. Right. Well, okay then. Get into a cool safe spot. Didn't take a shot, 43%. Fine. That's okay. We'll move up. Good deal. I was hoping I could maybe kill the snake because it's in a super easy flank spot. But now it's got to work for it a bit more.
Absolutely.
Which can make all the difference.
Only the best.
Area is secure. We're not picking up any inbound contacts. Scanners are clear. -1-5, we have a limited window to act before Advent responds. We need to get those charges planted on the double.
Go, go, go! Try not to run through poison, please. And this isn't an auto evac, get the corpses thing, right?
Roger that. Enseguida.
Run! Womp.
Ready and waiting.
Did we do it? They vanished.
-1-5, rendezvous at the extraction point. Status confirmed. Squad is clear. Detonating charges.
Looks good. Yeah, okay, we're good. No problem. You gotta work hard to actually proper break things. Wish that arm wasn't in the way. But I'm okay with that. Humanity's last stand. There he is, the thumbnail, ladies and gentlemen. Half-eaten breath, more like finished it only just. Oh.
Advent officials announced an increase to this month's recruitment quotas. Citizens are encouraged to voluntarily visit their nearest recruitment center. Remember, only together can we build a better tomorrow.
There's no way the aliens were expecting a fight like that. I'm impressed.
Everybody but Miss Voyager? Womp. But yeah, I guess I could, yeah, I guess I could just learn even a Master Sergeant XCOM ability. without, I mean, these aren't really related to the specific ranking or anything, which is why I suppose it's okay. I guess. Because like Shredder is a much earlier one in some other seasons, so this is really just not really per rank, it's more of just a general side pool of abilities that you can throw on and tack on, I guess. Same deal with the pistol stuff, which is good to note. So it does get more expensive, but you can grab Face Off like kinda right away if you want. But they are definitely expensive. 40 for the top one, 30, 30, 20. They're rough. You have to really invest into a dude if you want to be getting those early on. Aim and crit at half or less hit points. The combatives. Probably combatives. Combatives. I'm tempted for Executioner, but we'll hang on to it for now. Illithidore. Damn good ground. Field Medic. Nice. 2 extra charges. For a sniper though, a bit strange. But oh well. Mr. Meteor. Long Watch independent tracking remains hollow targeted for additional turn. Partial cover counts as full cover. Or a free grenade throw for support grenades. Marty. Also damn good ground. Also field medic. The lockdown for the hit bonus against a suppression overwatched guy. I think that offsets most of the Overwatch aim penalty that the game has. I think it's like 15 or 20 for that. So that's quite nice. More shield and less explosive damage received, always good. Flush still seems weird to me.
Hey Yeti, been a while. Hope you been doing well.
Hey, yeah, doing good. Darkest Gungeon, thank you very much. Tier 1, 17 months. Much appreciated. Yeah, doing great. Hope you're doing okay too. Happy New Year, etc., etc. I'm gonna grab Formidable. Tempted for damn good ground. Tempted for that. Cranium Blood as well. Hello, hello. Same with you. Formidable. Gotta keep in mind I can get them all. I never tried. I always saw them lit up and I just thought, oh, it's just because, you know, I'd have the AP for them, but I don't have the ranking, so I couldn't actually get them, but I guess it's totally fine. Combat protocol first, and then I would like... Your shoulder pads are actually so large, I have no idea how many AP you've got. I'd like to also grab a revival protocol with you guys, but again, that's something we have to do later on. Crit chance plus 15 for the elite laser sight. Combat awareness as well, 15 defense and an armor point when on Overwatch. An expanded magazine to probably sell, because +1's not super duper great. And Mr. Meteor and Ms. Voyager have a bond to do. Sure. Yeah, fine. For level 2. Advanced teamwork, getting that additional action point. This is a nice bond level to reach with people. The next one I think is also good. That's the one that allows you to do, like, both of you take a shot at the same target or something like that, but it really depends who you have bonded for that to make that really great. Like, a couple rangers together is quite good in typical stuff. I think for that, for this, I don't know. I don't know who'd be best to have partnered up for that. But I wouldn't want it to be like a sharpshooter and a technical or something like that, you know? Which two do you need those? No spare engineers. Scientist in for training. We're still wounded for a bit with the other Psi operative. Yeah. Do we have an infirmary? Yeah, right? Yeah, we do. Got a person in there and everything. Okie dokie. Got it from the clip? Okay, cool. Yeah, clip will give you the past minute or so, I think. But I think we take a break and then switch over to EDF. Where this is a fairly okay stopping point. A couple missions that we could still potentially do. I don't think we have a whole lot of time to do them. Operation Hell Slap the VIP for a scientist and intel package. That one might be worth doing, because scientists are always cool. Spending 100 or so supplies every month to buy one from the black market is a bit slow going and also a little bit expensive, especially since I'm going to be doing, yeah, coil guns at some point soonish. So things are happening. We're working on it. I'm just really raising eyebrows at balance. Darkest Guns and see your character real quick before I switch. Who do we got for you? Where are you? Ah, yeah, there you are. Darkest Gungeon. You're in. 2 missions, 7 kills. Currently learning how to set off the fuse on people. You're doing good thus far. I'll also give you a PCS for Psi offense plus 9. Sure. Go for it. We got a plus 7 one as well that we can do. If I've got a cool person to throw that on. Ah, infiltrating currently. Okay. Thinking back on the whole supply thing for this, if there was like, I'm gonna get a rough and ready thing here. Give me a minute. MS Paint, yo. If we had some form of like fucking paint its bugs. If you set a solid color and you click the alternate color for right click, and yeah, select the color, it doesn't register. Not the first one, at least not black. You gotta click something else and then black. If we had a screen that was like, let's go with gray, I suppose. Like for the Haven thing, because I hate that you've got the whole, you know, you got the little antenna tower thing next to the Haven name and you click that to bring up the Haven menu. That's weird as hell. And cramming it into the officer's quarters, whatever room on the Avenger, is also weird as hell. Nobody uses that room. And that little radio tower there was always for the, well, radio tower. It's a strange thing to click. There needs to be a menu somewhere on the geoscape that I can click just to bring us into the Haven menu, and I can select probably a scrolly thing at the top where I can select the Havens, and then when I'm into a Haven, I get, you know, here's the Haven advisors and stuff, and that's them. And they've got their whole list of attributes and whatever that they've got because they level up and they get attributes and equipment and stuff like that and all that kind of garbage. I would like to also then have setting them to a specific thing. And if I set a lot of people to supply, the game then give you a warning like, hey, setting so many people to supply, you're predicted to get so many supplies this month that you run the risk of a really bad, you know, supply raid or something like that, you know? So then you can more easily know, this is affecting something. I need to watch out for that. I need to keep that in mind. Maybe I don't want to get that many dudes on supplies. You know, if I have so many people doing supply, you know, maybe the one person would be giving us then just like, oh, you know, so many supplies per month, just some number. So there's actually something to it rather than just this random ass value that occasionally changes and supposedly decreases over several very long months of gameplay, but maybe only possibly, and we're not really sure exactly how much or why and if it ever comes back because there's nobody talking about it, nobody reasoning with you, trying to determine how much things are affected by setting people on hiding, and if you wait long enough, if it ever comes back, and how liberating your region helps with it, and just there's nothing at all. Just keep it simple. A dude gives you so many supplies per month. That's it. That's all. You get so many supplies per month that increases the risk of being attacked. You get a warning if you set too many people to it, so you know, oh hey, that's a problem. Something like that, because holy shit, the way it is now is garbage. Like, and I really hate the way that it is, because the whole Haven thing is kind of hidden. And it makes a really huge difference what you're doing. And if you put somebody in hiding, there's no indication of what exactly that's doing, if anything. So by default, everybody's just on intel spamming missions, way more missions than the player can ever reasonably handle. At least the intel, I can kind of tell how likely it is for me to find missions. Kind of. Because there's at least that V thing that you've got. That sort of tells you, hey, there's a lot of potential missions going on, so you know, oh, hey, I should do intel there. It's not great because it's a single little letter beneath a Haven thing in the geoscape. It's also pretty fucking hidden. Like, everything's just hidden and crammed away, and there's no link with anything. There's no connections to anything. Things just happen. Like Longwar the Chosen has tried to make an economy geoscape into a paradox level of complexity without a paradox level of tooltip detail. Yeah, there's like no tooltips or anything. You just have to know, because there's not even documentation in the game about it, really. It gives you rough ideas like, hey, if you have people on intel that'll be getting missions and can be boosted by having a scientist Haven advisor going, and the engineer boosts the supplies that you get, but it also says that supplies will eventually drain out of a region if you get too many. Like, you run out of supplies, which makes sense. Why have that as a thing, though? Who gives a fuck? Keep it simple, understandable. You can just tell people 5 supplies per dude is how much it is. You can have 13 active advisor people going, or not advisor, Haven people going at once. So that's, you know, that many supplies, and the more supplies that you get per month increases the risk chance, which, hey, guess what? If it's simple enough to have just a current rundown of how many supplies per month you're getting, you could also have, bear with me here, a risk factor on a scale of like 0 to 1 or something. Risk factor of 1, super deadly. It even turns red if it's over a certain amount. Orange if there's a little bit of danger. That's when the game warns you, saying, hey, there could be a problem here. Like the covert actions have. I'm just saying. It turns out things like that is a pretty cool thing, because then you know and you see, and you can make that connection as a player, and a first-time player going into it might at first be like, whoa, a screen with a bunch of faces, and they wouldn't have abilities straight away. So, you know, you would have just like, oh, you know, abilities, and it'd be empty, and what job they are, and the Haven dude, and yeah. That's, I think it's not great. I mean, I never took a UI design course or anything, but like, it at least fucking works. And I can change the Haven that I'm looking at here. You can still have the quick, you know, lettering on the overall geoscape to indicate how many people are currently on recruit intel and, you know, hiding and all that stuff. Would also be really cool if I could set somewhere in an option for the Haven when people get recruited what they automatically go to, because they just default into hiding, and that's wasted time. And you can set the game to pause every time somebody's recruited, but imagine having half the globe of Havens, and every time somebody gets recruited, the game pauses on you. It already automatically pauses when a place gets infiltrated to 100%. It just pauses. Doesn't tell you why. No indication of that. It just pauses. So you gotta find it. Thankfully, it pops up when it's do or die, because you can't infiltrate it anymore because there's no more time. Would be nice if it popped up at 100% also, but oh well. Hiding means you don't accumulate aggro points, basically. Veterans on Discord say only intel 1 to 2 regions, no recruiter supply ever unless region is liberated. Feels very limiting. Yeah, that's it. It works. It's a safe way to do it. It doesn't have to be that way, though. Why have it like that? Just why? If I've got people hiding, you would think that hiding could also infer that you're trying to not be detected by Advent, as in get the Advent forces elsewhere. So if I've got the West Coast, it's getting a bit hot and heavy there. We've been doing a little bit of intel. Things are getting a bit wild. But I'm on hiding. Tries to push and distract the Advent to other areas then. There's nothing for that here, though. The only way to move Advent forces around is to do intel in a nearby region and hope by RNG that you get a mission that allows you to move them through, what, blowing up a monument and stuff like that, I think, right? There's no great guaranteed way of doing it, which is why people probably just hide. Because why wait for the RNG? Why even give it the opportunity? And if the strategy is to just do nothing with it, then why have it as a mechanic at all then, if people by just default ignore it? If it wants to be a liberation bonus, then fine. You know, if people only ever put people on recruit or supply when the region is liberated, and we just accept that as the thing to do, then why not just get, by default, a bunch of supplies regularly when you do the liberation? I don't know why we have to be vague about everything. Vague and hiding information and just accepting these weird balanced design decisions is just the way it is and going along with it, and I don't know.